Hi, I'm Dave, and I'd love to give you a demonstration of the Stage 10 Studio. It's operating the Google Chrome web browser and can bring in multiple remote sources from webcams, mobile phones, RTMP sources like video games, studio control rooms, or cameras connected to the encoders in the field, and also from webcams and really any video source that's connected to the internet. Within the Stage 10 Studio, I can mix, multiplex, and switch all these sources along with pre-recorded video clips, music, backgrounds, images, overlays into shows which can then be broadcast out onto the social networks and also to direct-to-consumer channels or custom RTMP endpoints. As you can see, I'm broadcasting to Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube already. And why don't we try to make a show? I'll start by putting a show opening into the scene builder here. I just drag and drop it, and then I hit the pink button to take it live. And then I'll be the next shot. I'll be the host. I'll say, "Hey everybody, welcome to our broadcast. It's really great to have you here, and I'd like to bring in our special guest, Sanborn." So let's bring in Sanborn. Hi Sanborn, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. It's good to see you. And Sanborn and I can do a interview, for example, with both of our audios active, even as I switch between one-up shots of me and one-up shots of Sanborn. So I'll put myself into persistent audio, and I'll put Sanborn into persistent audio, and then I'll switch to myself, back to Sanborn, and then back to a two-shot of myself and Sanborn. And we're able to have that real-time conversation, and the audience can hear us both, despite the fact that we're switching back and forth between the sources. We can also multiplex multiple feeds. I can bring in the RTMP source, an Arzu, and myself in different configurations, and take those live. Beyond the pre-recorded clips and these live sources we're working with, we can also bring in still images, like this snowy owl, for example, who can replace me, although it doesn't speak as clearly. We can also bring in overlays, for example, a watermark to brand the show, and take that live to the audience. Anything that's in this window here is going live to the destinations that have been activated down here. And it all happens within the one interface, the production, the feed sourcing, and the distribution. We can also bring in lower thirds, and even those can be animated. For example, I could take this live and direct feed, I'll remove the watermark, and I'll take that live to the audience, and they'll see the live and direct overlay. Those overlays are fully customizable, and you can really brand the production for your content. The overlays are lower thirds. I showed you the watermark, and you can also bring in full screen overlays to do rundowns or borders or what have you. It's fully flexible for the producer or storyteller who's making the show. So you're able to see the overlays, you're able to see the ability to mix and multiplex feeds. We can also do voiceovers on top of the feeds, or actually do a picture-in-picture and change the layouts as required. There's also an in-production communication system built in, so that you can continue to communicate with all the people who are involved in your production directly through the interface. So down here I can communicate with everybody and say, "Hey all, welcome, we're gonna get started." And everybody can see that. Or I can directly communicate with an individual performer, so I can send Sanborn a message to get ready, for example, and he would see that and be able to respond whether he was ready or not. Beyond the sources that you already see here, one of the special parts of Stage 10 is our ability to invite anyone to join the show from a single link, whether they be pre-selected participants or the general audience who maybe would come in and ask a question. They wouldn't need to download anything. All they would need to do is paste the link into a browser if they're on the browser, or if they're on their mobile phone, it would open up the app and they would be able to send in a feed that way. So let me show you how that works. I'll take the invitation, I'll copy it to my clipboard, and I could post that to the social networks, or I could just paste it into my browser, and it would open up the Stage 10 Connect. The Stage 10 Connect is where the participants in the broadcast can join the show. So I'll call myself Hank because I'm already Dave. And I can select whether to join with my camera and mic, with a screen share, or with a feed from an RTMP source, be it a video game, a production control room, or a camera attached to an encoder. I'll come in with my camera and mic. And from within this interface, I'm part of the broadcast communication. I can monitor what's going on in the show. And as quickly as that, Hank is now available for me to add to the production and bring into shots. And it's as easy as that to make a live social show with Stage 10.